First, I would want to just thank everybody on the space. I only resonate with Marcy and there's another guy who said the problem we have as Zimbabweans, we are failing to define our struggle. The moment we use the wrong approach to a different struggle, it's like method yatirikuisa pastruggle yedu handiyo method inofanira kushanda. So what I'm saying is kuti if we can as Zimbabweans define the struggle, for instance kuti is it an economical struggle, is it a freedom struggle, is it anything that we can name it. But for me, our struggle as a people should be the struggle for freedom, the struggle to fight in a military state, because we are living in a military state where everybody, including the ruling party, they are saying it's a democratic state, which on my view is not even a democratic state. The ruling party is saying it's a democratic state just to wink the outside world to say Zimbabwe is practicing democracy. Yet the gun is leading the politics. What else must be done to to demilitarize ZANU-PF, because it's a terrorist organization using guns to suppress the people of Zimbabwe. So in other words, I'm saying continuing using the democracy. That's the reason why you see people confused. People are talking about Chamisa this, Chamisa that. I don't blame Chamisa because he's using democracy against people having the guns. Chamisa is having a political capital. He's having a political power to rule Zimbabwe. Remember Morgan Tsvangirai, he won elections, not even once, maybe twice. Even Chamisa, he has been winning some elections, but he's not given the power to rule. So as a people, I mean, why are we so confused? There are people who say that we are educated, but our education is useless, or it has made us useless people because we are failing to recognize or to acknowledge our scenario as a people. So Chamisa, whether he can come out today and say people, everyone must come out. People will come out, but the military and the police, the CIO would descend on them and kill them. So Chamisa is right to be quiet because he knows well. I mean, Chamisa has been saying it. He doesn't want people. He doesn't want blood on his hands. Like he's a Christian, he's a believer. So Chamisa is right in every respect that people can think of. And the solution is my suggestion. The solution is we can't fight a military state using the so-called democracy. We have to think of other means. For instance, let's have some people talked about resistance organizations, and these organizations possibly we must start them outside Zimbabwe in the diaspora. We can form some groups. There can be some volunteers to say let's have some small meetings, what we call resistance groups, and within those resistance groups, we plan how do we fight a gun-toting ZANU-PF that we are facing against us who are defenseless, because there are other methods that can be used, even though the state is using the guns to silence the people. For instance, we can say as diasporans, we have our relatives in Zimbabwe, in the villages, in towns, everybody who is in this space. We can start by saying, guys, everyone who is having a house or a room in Zimbabwe, let's not rent it out to the police, to the military, to the CIO. That's one stance. Another situation, we can say, let's resist, like let's boycott every company that we think is for Uganda, every company that is owned by Uganda, every company that is owned by ZANU-PF. Let's boycott it. Let's resist in every respect, or in the way that we can, because as it is, we elections cannot work in Zimbabwe. And now, because of anger, because of frustration, we are now blaming each other. Chamisa, what he did is the best way out, because he saw it that I'm facing, a doubting task whereby even if I'm to win today, the military will never surrender the power to an opposition in Zimbabwe. If all we could agree that going to elections or trying to campaign for elections, I think we are dreaming. And of course, dreaming is allowed for people to dream, but let's not dream the impossible situations where we could, everyone, like we are saying we are educated, but we are not educated. We are actually stupid, educated people. So we have to find ways to fight a military gun-toting ZANU-PF, like I said, like resisting, boycotting ZANU-PF companies, boycotting Gananda. And for instance, we have got people like Chivayo, people like Mike Shimom, well, those guys, Vana Scott Sakupanya, we know all of them, what we call Gananda. If they go out to out of South Africa, out of Zimbabwe, we know them. If we are really frustrated and we are angry, there must be people out there who can eliminate them. So that the regime that we are facing must know that it's not safe. It must be costly to run an executive tyranny. It must be a very expensive. They must use a lot of money to protect themselves. Even those who are being given cars now. You see, Mnangagwa is very clever. Though some people they think he's not educated, some they say he's a lawyer or whatever. But look what he has done. He managed to loot all the resources, came back and manipulate everyone. Even genuine opposition, they've been manipulated. So far as we speak today, we don't have what we call a nationalist. During the war to liberate Zimbabwe, there were those people who were called nationalists, who were going out to fight not because they wanted to get money, not because they wanted to get something, but it was a sacrifice for the freedom of the country. Now we don't have those people like that. We are only having job seekers in the opposition, and if we continue to do elections in Zimbabwe, we are only providing employment to people who call themselves opposition when they are not opposition. Right now, Mnangagwa is manipulating everyone. He has got billions and billions of money with his Gananda. He's managing, even now, the parliament itself. There's no opposition in parliament. Imagine a scenario like this where information is out about how the money is being looted, but the opposition is quiet. Remember, recently there were people talking about Mnangagwa wants to give them 120,000 each to pass this law. To pass the 2030 agenda to pass in the parliament. So already everybody is in parliament is from Mnangagwa. Even the impeachment that people are talking about, it's a non-starter. So let's forget about, because Mnangagwa has got money and with his Gananda, now they can manipulate anyone. Even everybody, anyone who is in Zimbabwe now, who is angry, who is hungry. If Mnangagwa with his Gananda, they come and say, if you start talking, talking loudly, and people start to follow you, they will say, it's either you die or you get this money and be quiet. And possibly that's what could have happened to our beloved brother Chamisa, the guy we loved so much, the guy we support so much. And sometimes it's unthinkable to think about that, because we thought he's the light. He's actually the only person that who is having support. The person who can actually rule Zimbabwe right now is Chamisa. But because of money and the threats, maybe he's quiet because he was threatened. He was told, you get this 5 million or get this 20 million and keep quiet or you die. What do you think Chamisa can do? Already we're having fear factor. ZANU-PF instilled that fear to us, and it's not only just like they make us fear. If you go in the street right now, they kill you, ZANU-PF. That's the fact. If you go into the street, they arrest you, they put you in cell for some time. Look at what happened to Dara. What happens to these 90-something people who are in cells now? What are we doing as Zimbabweans now to help them to come out? So it's not just fear, it's reality, guys. It's reality.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So what I'm saying is, let's change the method that we are using, which is wrong. Facing a military state or a gun-toting ZANU-PF. That's my point. We can talk about
Right.
Chamisa
Okay.
is right. Chamisa, I support him 100%. But we can't blame him.
Right.
Let's leave Chamisa away and think of another way of resistance. Like I said we can resist. We can boycott whatever businesses for ZANU-PF, for Gananda, and we those guys like police, the soldiers who are killing us. Can we find a way to fight them, like with means that we're having, like let's not rent out our things. Let's not associate with them, because they're in a war, they're fighting. I think
Right.
I will
Okay.
land down.
Thanks so much, Mofu. Nyamasisha. I was listening to Signor. You see, people tend to think kuti, well, people can believe in spirituality. We can't deny that, right? But not everyone must believe in that spirituality. ZANU-PF has manipulated people to think kuti pane vanhu vakabhadharwa. You see, divide and conquer. Kuti vanhu vagare vachifungirana. Ukataura zvinhu zviri positive, unanzi chimhama wakatengwa. I'll give you an example. Ndakaenda ndikanoita nyaya yerainform. Imimi uncle makaproducer evidence yacho in June. Yeah? And I even have the date. I think it was 28th of June. Ndikatora information iyoyo yamakaisa paTwitter. Ndikaenda kunoita my application kunhengi Financial Intelligence Center. Tikauya pamaspace tikazvitaura. But because people say chimama vakatengwa, hanzi vakatengwa naChivayo. And how can I go and expose Chivayo? You know, they want people to believe kuti chimama vakatengwa. Nhasi tava kukupai evidence yakaiswa naUncle Gerard in June. Geza haana kutengwa. You see? So it's a narrative yokuti vanhu vari kuona kuti Geza is resonating with the people. So they are resurfacing the evidence that you brought up, imi uncle. Except kuti it was in US dollars. Mafigures anga ari ma-US dollars. Kana aiswa mumaranzi, it's like a wow for people. But inyaya yekudhara. Anyway, ZANU-PF, we cannot forget what it has done. You see, they are saying kuti, believe us, we are ZANU-PF. Sometimes, you know, maspaces aya anokuita kuti uchinje mind yako. And you think kuti ZANU-PF is okay. You know, we cannot remove ZANU-PF. Kana pasina ZANU-PF. You know, you change your mind. No, we need ZANU-PF in order to take out ZANU-PF. We need the military in order to have the military decide who is going to take care of us. And yet we forget about Morgan Tsvangirai. What he died for. He died believing kuti ZANU-PF yakaipa. He was fighting kusungwa Leno Jongwe. Vanaitaidza Mara. I can mention Vana Masaya, Ana Bishop Masaya. I can mention a lot, Ana Mboneni. I can mention vanhu vakadimburwa maoko, vanhu vaipiswa tsoka, vanhu vaipisirwa dzimba. So someone comes and says kuti, I am ZANU-PF. Taikukanganisirai. and assumes kuti vanhu vatoforgive, especially those that have lost their loved ones. Assumes kuti vanhu vanotofana kutoti forgive those vakapisirwa imba. Therefore, let's move with you. Therefore, let's move. This is what I have discovered. This is who I am. I am reformed. But they are fighting to bring ZANU-PF. And I resonate a lot with what Charles was saying. When are the citizens going to fight their own revolution? To fight so that whoever they want can lead. Ndakabvunza ma-questions inini. Ndikanzi ndatobhadharwa naID. Ekuti, who is coming to lead? Kana muchinge mabvisa ID Mnangagwa. And how long is this person going to lead for before we can have free and fair elections? Zvikanzi hoyo atengwa. But these are questions that if citizens are to buy in, they must know kuti what is it in it for us. Hanzi vanachimama, no. Vanoda ma positions. Because we have this history of ZANU-PF. Fair and fine. Many people said, okay, we are citizens. Takaraskirwa nehama dzedu. Vakadimburwa maoko. Vanhu vairohwa musana. Vanhu vaitwa zvese. But we are going to forgive you and resonate with you. But 2017 takaitiswa. Who then are you going to give us as a leader? Zvonzi musabvunza, hazvina basa izvo. Hazvina basa zvinobvunzwa nevanhu. Ma-CIO, they start believing kuti, putting information kuti vana majairos, ma-CIO. And the gentleman wanga achiita zve-Teachers Association, mu-CIO, vakabhadharwa naMnangagwa. Believe us, we are ZANU-PF. We know. And the people start hating each other. They start dividing each other. And I think I blame people who come here and push those narratives. Because if people are united, you see, ZANU-PF has also mastered the fact, Yokuti, if all these opposition people unite, then what is relevance. So let's go for the head. Chamisa akatengwa. Bring the evidence. No, we can't bring the evidence because mbanje inopuwa here evidence. So you might as well just be quiet if you don't have evidence. I have been a beneficiary of that statement because of what I say. I have been labeled CIO. Nekuda kokuti zvandinotaura zvinoita resonate with some people here. She is paid. Hamuzvizivi here. They even pay people on YouTube to smear me. But those people know what I always talk about. Mnangagwa is illegitimate. Why would I go to Rainform? Why would I go to Financial Intelligence Center? Why would I go to the Reserve Bank of South Africa if I am given money by Mnangagwa? He is illegitimate. Vanhu vakavota. We didn't know how the elections were stolen. We then knew because of expose yakaitwa na Mike Chimombe. He put the evidence there way after ED was inaugurated. And as opposition, we are just okay with that. Okay, akachita. Okay, fine, we call him president. We are not going to pursue. Vana Nelson Chamisa vanomziva Vakar. Haana kumbosungwa here. Haana kumboninganikira here. Kumboiswa mjere. Haana kumborohwa here. Nelson Chamisa akazvita zvese zviya. But he sees kuti hazvisi kushanda, like what this guy Charles was saying. Hazvishandi because the minute I open my mouth, ndikati vanhu pindai mustreet vanopinda. But what's going to happen? They're going to get killed. That is why he distanced himself with it. Look, inini handizi involved in my current discussions are kuitwa. Because he understands how ZANU-PF is operating. But haadi kutaura. Then vanhu voti akatengwa. I don't think it's fair, especially kana tisina evidence. Because I have been a beneficiary yokunzi nevamwe vanhu panapa vanenge vachida kundinyaradza. Chimama akatengwa. So that's why I know kuti those who are saying are the ones who have captured Geza. Geza was just sincere. Atovawo nezvigananda zvake zvitori nerute zvakamira kuti toda maposition atokapchwa kudhara. So they are saying zvakaita Mugabe akakapchwa nematsotsi around him. comes akapchwa nematsotsi. They also have captured Geza. But one thing they can't do, they need the people.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Mof. Nyamasisa again. Oh, Pachipamwe. Thank you, Chimama and everybody. Let me start to say thank you to everybody who have contributed money for the struggle Yatinayo to take out ZANU-PF. Thank you, everybody who have supported, even encouraging other people to fight this ZANU-PF. Thank you to all the people who have gone to the extent of voting for a change. Thank you for everything. And everybody who have tried something. But the people who come and try and denigrate people who are trying something, please show us something. Show us something that let's do this. And let's see if people are not going to support you, and then we can applaud and talk you are doing something. I think as a Zimbabwean, I always say there's no formula how to get freedom. The moment we realize that, and there's no formula that a certain person who is in anger, who is okuchechi, ukumapostori ndiachatora nyika, there's no formula. When it comes to issue of Chamisa Mavesi, that's one other thing. It's his belief in those who know religion yavo. Spiritually, it encourages him, it gives him strength to keep on being a principled person, integrity, those are not. Otherwise, vanapa pamwe owencharu anotokanda hakata dzake every day, but hakodziratidza vanapa. Otherwise, aizopedza navo kuti oweni uri ukanda hakata dzako kufambisa sei. So guys, and sometimes guys, when you go Chamisa when he post mavesi, if you read them or you read them, there's always a message concerning our country, a message, encouragement for freedom. There's always a message. People who are saying that Chamisa is quiet, he has not been quiet. Go on on his timeline. He's always talking. He has denounced the corruption. He has denounced the blessed Mtlangan arrest. He is talking. I don't know. People, how do they expect him to be saying something to myself? What I see is a lot of people have got hatred. This is what I see. They've got hatred. And if you look at the trend of these people, even before.
But Mendes, it's not true, Mendes.
I know. Now you're interrupting me, but you don't want me to interrupt
Yes,
that time.
yes,
No.
I agree.
No,
Yes.
let him speak. Then let him speak, please. Just let him land his points.
You see, that's being a hypocrite. He didn't want me to talk to him. Now you want
Yes,
to talk
you're right.
to me.
Yes, you're right. You know, I'm
so
sorry.
you find out more for this is.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Yes,
You're okay.
yes,
I don't have a problem with that. More for you. Now you see when people come and say things about Chamisa. 2018, people voted. And Chamisa, he carried on doing my visits. 2023, people went to vote. People make their choice. People, they don't make a choice because we are a Christian. They don't make a choice because even if you look at it, without any choice, when you die, there will be a father or pastor who come and do my verse before they lower you down in your graveyard. When you go to kunomuchato kwamunochata pandoya munhu anotoverenga doro rako hazvikwasveta kuti uende kung'anga kwako kana kuita sei ava vanhikini vemasvikiro vanouya futi vachito same. We have to keep on fighting together in the same corner. The moment we are divided and the moment we come and attack each other, because some people, they come here when they are being told something, the way they talk to other people, they will start saying, oh, you're attacking us. But themselves, they will be also attacking other people who are trying to do something. So, and literally, and another thing, on my closing note, Namof, when people come here that I want to engage you, Uncle Gerard, DM because we cannot just listen to them. If they want to engage you only, and they just want us to listen to them without engaging them, I don't think that is fair enough. Either if you don't want us to hear anything, you go with DM kwa Uncle Gerard, kwa Uncle Mof, motaura mega kuseri, so that we don't interject or push back. Thank you. Love you all, my Zimbabweans. Freedom is coming soon. Appreciate.
Yeah, kunzima. Uncle Jeds, how are you? Happy birthday, my brother. Titus, how are you? Hey guys, the issue of Zimbabwe, we are spending and investing a lot of time concentrating on Chamisa, who is not withholding what we are fighting for. When you are speaking hate of him, don't say we, say I. Because if you don't like him, you don't like him. Don't try and hotspot your hatred to other people. Chamisa said, I am going on a leave. You cannot force him to come back and do things that you want him to do. Did you address the reasons why, what made him to go on that leave? He did not just go quietly. He explained to everybody why he is leaving, why he is taking a leave. Somebody who have said, I'm not going to be leading, I'm going to step aside, which means he left a gap for someone to take over. But people are pained just because they cannot take or fill the gap he left. This is a chance. Zvasiyana nokuti munhu anenge achiti tukuvhariridzwa because arongoramba aripo. Isn't it that he's quiet? He's given you a chance. Or maybe you can go ahead and lead. You can take over. Job Scala can take over. Tendai Bit can take over. He has not blocked anyone. Where did you see him campaigning that do not follow this person, do not do this?
Thank you, Ngoma Jets. Happy birthday. I thought I was gonna be number 3 or something. Champion Adona. I thought you were calling champion and stuff. Happy birthday. Um, thank you, Ngoma Titus, for this space. I just jumped on the train while it was moving, but I heard one or two things. I think a lot of people have handled this subject, so I can't repeat so many things. I mean, we've been here. Uh, we've had a lot of things, that are despicable with regards to corruption, and to have that anger in our belly to, come together and do the needful and do practical things that will help us, because we are the only people that are going to turn things around, as you guys have said it. I've heard a lot of people, saying a lot of things. There's a guy that was on here as well. He was talking about institutions, etc., and speaking about people like Strive Masiwa and them. Um, the example I can give is, the Premiership. It's composed of people that have been to the football academy, and I support, these academies like Manchester City, etc., and all that. But other players, they did not use that route. They used different routes. We can give examples like Bana Eto, Bana Dropa, and so many African players, and from Brazil and whatsoever. So the point I'm trying to drive home is that let us not focus on these people that have gone to academies of leadership and all that. You yourself, you've got the DNA and you've got the calling to make a difference in our country. You can start something. We can start institutions that will answer every problem that we have. In Zimbabwe, they say where there's a problem, there's always a solution, and those solutions are going to come from us. And we can start from somewhere, building brick by brick. I know Padare is just whatever, but that's what God does. And all these innovative ideas and creative ideas that we see, they started from somewhere. Even this platform that we're using, it started from somewhere. Facebook started from somewhere. So let's rebuild. Um, I was touched also by what you guys were saying, Mercy, with regards to, Blessed Mhlanga and all that. What he was reading. That gentleman is not, a game changer only, but he's a family man with 3 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife. And let us continue, helping or supporting him in any way we can as Zimbabweans coming together. I think someone spoke about donations and things like that. And us at Zim for Us Foundation, we've made, that point that we are going to be supporting him on a monthly basis. So we work with different people, people in the community, to continue, raising funds and things like that. And we send them on a monthly basis. We cannot mention, how we send it in a public platform. But those that also want to partner with us, please just DM us and we do the needful. And so yeah, Aluta continue. And these institutions cannot be just one institution. We've got so many talented people. We can build a lot of them and continue fighting. So I end here. My young man is needing my attention. So thank you, Uncle Jeds and Titus for the platform. Thank you.